I am John Orelli, and I get to be our first video person reflecting on our new Year Through the Psalms pamphlet. It's just a way that we hope to encourage one another to engage through the Psalms and to have conversations with God, to say things to God, and to hear from God as well. And because I'm the first, I get to start with Psalm 1, and it's actually our selection for this week is Psalm 1 through 3. And then there's an additional proverb that we're invited to read as well at the end. And actually that was perfect for me this morning. So I'm going to begin by reflecting on just a couple of verses from Psalm 1. And then I will tell you some of what I felt like God was saying to me and some things that I am saying to God this morning. This is going to be different for everybody. So my own reflection is hopefully just an encouragement for you to have your own reflection. And our hope is that we would grow deeper in spiritual formation through this exercise, through the Psalms, through the whole year. So here goes. I'm going to start with just a few verses from Psalm 1. They are like trees planted by streams of water, which yield their fruit in season. In all they do, they prosper, but the wicked are not so. They're like chaff that the wind drives away. Therefore, the wicked will not stand in judgment, nor sinners in the congregation of the righteous. And here's the verse that really hit me for today. For the Lord watches over the way of the righteous, but the way of the wicked will perish. The Lord watches over the way of the righteous. That's the verse. There's a question in our process here. What verse or verses among the Psalms are you taking with you today? The Lord watches over the way of the righteous. The Lord watches over the way of the righteous. So, what are these Psalms saying to me? And as I was going through Psalm 1 through 3, I felt like God was saying something specifically to me through these Psalms. One is that God protects those who trust in Him, and He takes care of those who trust in Him. Those who dismiss God, which is those who don't trust God, those who dismiss God cynically are pushed out of the way for God's plan. That God's plan is going to come through. God protects the way of the righteous. And so, hearing that from God, one or two ways that the Psalms are prompting me to honestly speak to God is just thanks. I'm feeling a sense of thanks. God, thank you for protecting me, even when I don't feel safe. And here's something else, a little bit more vulnerable that was coming out. Even when I don't feel successful. So sometimes when I feel like I'm trying to do what God wants me to do, or I'm trying to follow God's way, but it doesn't really feel like life is all that good sometimes. Sometimes it feels like there's challenges, and I run into that tension that I think we all run into, which is, God, I'm trying to follow you. Why aren't things turning out great? And so even when I don't feel safe, even when I don't feel successful, I'm thankful. So God, thank you so much for protecting me even when I don't feel safe, even when I don't feel successful. And then another reflection back to Him, which is just tell Him, God, I feel safe in your hands. It's not even I feel safe. God, I am safe in your hands. I just felt like I needed to tell God that. God, I'm declaring to you, I am safe in your hands. As I went into Proverbs 1, there was a proverb that spoke out to me, and it felt like it connected with these other Psalms, which was great. That those who listen to me will be secure and live at ease without dread of disaster. Those who listen to me will live at ease without dread of disaster. So again, just another affirmation. I feel like I can trust God. I can trust Him today. And so a prayer, maybe just one more thing I felt like I wanted to say to God, and maybe you can pray it with me. God, help me, help us to trust you with every moment of every day. Grow me deeper in your righteousness. Grow me deeper in that place of really being safe in you, no matter how I feel. So that's my reflection for this morning. I hope it's been an encouragement to you to continue in the Psalms. Next week will be somebody else, and we'll continue week by week through our little booklet, and we'll go through the whole Psalms this year. Thanks for joining me. Have a great week.